Hey, welcome back. It's Mickey Mykeworth, and I am glad to see you. Now, today I've got you gotta wanna. That's really what we're going to talk about. You gotta wanna. So, whether or not you are in our mastermind group or you're in our accountability group, whether or not you are a small business owner or in one of the other groups that we are doing, if you're one of the prosperity scholars, you gotta wanna is for you. So this is going to see on a lot of different playlists because y'all have the same questions. And the fact of the matter is that if you're wanting to move forward in prosperity and you're wanting to do some things, you got to look at it about a couple of things. And the first item is you got to wanna. If you don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. Stop putting things on your list that you don't actually want to do. But you do have to find out some other things. So if you want something different, you have to not really just like the idea, you have to want it. You have to want to do the work, you have to want to do the effort, you have to want to do what it takes to do that. So if you want to hire salary, if you want to sell more things, or if you want to do whatever, you have to actually want to do that. And what you gotta wanna does is it really gives us a chance to look at some behaviors that every business owner I've met has. And once they overcome that, they go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did it any other way. Because many people are choosing to be chaotic in their lives because there's an attachment, right, to something. So I just don't want to have to plan. I want to feel freedom. I just want to move into the vibe that I'm in, or right, I want spontaneity. I don't want to be so planned. I don't need to plan every minute of my day. I don't want to do these things. That's your attachment. It's also your limiting belief. And the fact of the matter is that people choose oftentimes in business, in their personal lives, as students, as scholars, as in many places, they choose to be chaotic so that they don't have to be accountable. And that choosing to be chaotic all the time makes everything in a jumble. And then when you actually want to figure something out, because it's all in a jumble, that it's just chaos. It's your personal life, it's your family life, it's your business life, it's the things you did last year, it's all your hopes and dreams, and they're all in just this one ball. And when you put it all in a ball like that, it infiltrates, and it's really difficult to pick one thing. It's really difficult to get in it. It's really easy to be overwhelmed. It's really easy for things to be sticky and clunky. So when you are looking at you gotta wanna try something new. You gotta wanna be better. You gotta wanna go, I am capable of making a 3 to 6% change. So if you are not moving 6% in each year, you're not growing. And it's 6% because we all lose 3% by just our body of knowledge expiring, right? So just because you have a body of knowledge doesn't mean that it's knowledge for right now. That's knowledge you had for back there. So if you have not invested in getting smarter, learning new things, trying new things, and working on your wisdom, if you haven't worked on any of that, at least 3% in the year, you're 3% behind. Your $100 is now worth 97. So if you want to actually be growing by 3%, you have to grow 6. So I tell people, you've got to be 6% smarter every year. So what does that mean? That means not just listening to a podcast, you have to write stuff down. You have to convert that experience and that learning into wisdom. And you got to want to do that. You got to want to have wisdom. And there are a lot of things that have to change for people who actually want to work on wisdom. That if you want to be someone that people come to for knowledge, you have to have new knowledge and you have to have old knowledge. and you have to have transactional knowledge, and you have to have deep penetrating knowledge, life learned knowledge, earned knowledge. So you gotta wanna. When you are accountable to the things that you want, that isn't haphazard. It's no nobody wins a Nobel Prize by just floating around. Nobody has $1 million business by accident. No one makes a huge amount of money by not putting effort in. So when you think about what you want, you gotta wanna. So we're coming into another year. You're coming in. And even if you have come from a year that has been dogged by everything that you can, that it has been difficult, that it has been filled with whatever, traumatic as it may be, it is your responsibility to turn traumatic things into transformative things. And the only way you can do that is to do the work. You gotta wanna. So it'll remain traumatic unless you make it into something transformative. And that is, you got to work it through, taking your knowledge, taking your learning and your experiences and your thoughts, and now sculpting them into wisdom. So you got to wanna. And so when we're talking about what's here, and you are someone that constantly creates chaos in your life, that you chuck all your stuff down on the floor, that there's no surfaces that are clean, that your closets, if you open them, are falling down, that your desk is a wreck, that your car is filled with leftover food and it's garbage and there's frozen drinks in there, and or that your closet is full of clothes that don't even fit you, that your refrigerator has stuff rotting and unknown in the back. If you look at that chaos, what is everyone avoiding? They're avoiding being accountable to themselves, to their dreams, to the things that are actually going to transform their life. So today, what I want you to think about is you gotta wanna. And so just write down 3 things that you gotta want, that you actually want, that you actually want. And sometimes that's just identifying what you're hungry for. What do you want to eat today? What do you want to smell like? What do you want to look like? You gotta wanna. And you gotta start with these low stakes wins to make these big stakes wins. So if I want to build a company, I gotta wanna maybe write a statement, maybe write something on my Instagram. I might, if I want to build a business, I might want to look for a client. So you gotta wanna. That's the thing I want you to take away from today. So pick something small that you actually want and then follow through on it. And keep doing that in whatever capacity that you have available to you. And stop hiding, because building chaos all the time is that you're attached to something. And what you're attached to is a desire to not be accountable. And that will constantly impoverish every part of your life, not just your money, not just your relationships, not just your self-love, not just your self-care, not just your friendships, not just your partnerships, not just your education, not just your ability to see the world, not just your ability to feel success and fulfillment, and not your ability to feel like you are doing it for all the wrong reasons. You must stop the chaos. And you gotta wanna do that. No one can do that for you. No process that you buy, no coach you hire, no scheme you're gonna buy, no class you're gonna take. None of that is gonna work. You gotta wanna. You gotta wanna. And you gotta wanna is like my favorite camp name of all times, because as soon as you enter you gotta wanna, as soon as you go, these are the things I want. Anything. Pick your lunch. Pick the color of pen that you want in your bag. You gotta wanna. And every single time that you do anything in you gotta wanna, you will be transformed. And that is prosperity in the making. So have a great day. Thank you for even taking the time to be with me today. I'm glad to see you. All right, have a great day. And no matter how you came in, whether you came into our accountability group, whether or not you're in a class, whether or not you're in our mastermind group, whether or not you're one of our clients, whether or not you're somebody that used to be our client, I am glad to see you. And if I can't see you live where I can hug and hold you, then I'm happy to see you right here. So thanks for showing up. Thanks for tuning in. And again, my name's Miss Mickey, and I'm glad that you're here too.